Alright, here's a 100% Deli and actually no extra life. Never mind, I rewrote this. But yeah, 100% Deli map, extra cold damage for you with 4 times Cloyster. And Mania, this is the tree. So all, or a lot of explicits here. Basically all the main explicits. And yeah, enjoy. I switched completely to crit, and I basically tripled my damage. Yep, you heard that right. I tripled my damage. I bought this Flash Ripper because I did want to try out crit version anyways, and it is just a lot better. I think my build was already the best build out there, but now it's definitely officially by far the best Earthshatter build that you will find. I didn't find anything better. And I did change my chest for this one, which gives us an additional curse. So now we don't need additional curse on the ashes. I think if you want to do it in a more elegant way, you should get a +1 curse on ashes, and then you have a free affix here, right? You have a free prefix on this one that you can use. But to be honest, I saw this chest, and this basically is taking care of a lot of issues that I have. We will max out our crit with this, because we have the attacks have to crit strike chance, right? We are almost at 100% crit now. We can apply an additional curse, which gives us effectively like 20% more damage with punishment. It debilitates enemies, so we can get rid of the Warcry debilitate node here. So we have debilitate for 3 seconds instead of only when we Warcry for 1, which is kind of meh anyways. And the only thing that we will have to do is what I did is I got Fortify here, because I think Fortify is so important. You can get it on your Leap Slam, yes, but I feel like it's not a very elegant solution. Also, Fortify is decently good for defenses, so I got it here, and I got this whole cluster. We have a lot of points to spare anyways. We got rid of all of these nodes over here that lead us to Precise Technique, because we are running crit now. We got this node, Cloth and Chain. We got rid of this whole full cluster here, Armor Mastery, where we also got rid of +1 to all element resist, which we fixed by a +2 maximum fire res over here. So theoretically, we could drop +1 fire res somewhere, but not really possible. I guess you can run some minus max resistant maps now that are not too hard otherwise. And I also got this node, defend with 120% of armor against projectile attacks, 5% more chance to evade melee attacks. Maybe increase armor and evasion per frenzy charge is better, or you just don't get this whole node. I also got these nodes. In my POB, I got rid of the life node here, and this node, and I got a one more medium cluster crit wheel here as well. This would be roughly 10% more damage even. But the damage is pretty good. I didn't buy that cluster yet, and I'm not really sure if I want to. Something else you can do is you can get a small cluster here, and you can get Spell Suppress, and then you get Spell Suppress. This is the last thing that we need to fix, right? Spell Suppress. So ideally get Spell Suppress here, maybe not get the additional curse and get it on your Amulet instead. But this base, to be honest, is very, very good. It's fixing a lot of problems. Socket attacks has -22 mana cost is also really good, because we literally don't have that many mana issues anymore. Sometimes otherwise it can be really, really bad when you cast all your cries, and then you have automation on the other one, so auto exertion, and you can be out of mana for quite some long time, and that's a really big problem. So don't underestimate that problem. If anyone's interested, I could also show you how to craft this, but you basically just slam together 2 bases, and yeah, then you need to fix the fact that you don't have Fortify anymore on your chest, right? But I think it's worth it. I think this is the best thing you can do, except from the additional curse, which ideally you would get on your ashes, but that's also super expensive, right? The Flash Ripper was around 110 divines, and this was around, I think, 26 divines. So not that expensive, actually, if you play the game a little bit, if you actually play the game, right, and not just stand in your hideout, like I do a lot of the times. And then otherwise, if you look at the tree, we got basically this whole crit wheel. We got all the crit nodes, the X crit nodes over here. And that's pretty much it. We got all the crit nodes, like this crit wheel, this crit wheel, this crit wheel, and this basically fixes in combination with the Diamond Flask this fixes our whole crit problem. The only thing that is annoying now is we are not that fast anymore, which I really dislike. Ideally, I would want a Quicksilver Flask instead of the Diamond Flask, and then a Bottled Faith here to run fast, right? And the Progenitor is only for hard maps. So that would be my fix. I haven't bought a Bottled Faith yet. Maybe even get rid of one of these, but the problem is, if we look at our evasion, I mean, our evasion is quite high now, but if we get rid of this flask, we only have 7k evasion, which is not very favorable, right? So yeah, we could do something about our movement speed, but we would definitely get down a lot on defenses. But yeah, this cluster is really, really good for evasion and armor as well. Yeah, this is saving a lot of points here. We saved a lot of points and we min-maxed even harder. I don't think at this point there is much left to do except from spell suppress. Otherwise, yeah, and a +1. This is still something I want to get. +1 power charge here. But it's also pretty expensive. So +1 power charge on our Echoes of Creation, and then all the gear with spell suppress. Basically, we would need spell suppress here, we would need spell suppress on the boots, and we would need spell suppress on the armor, and then we could get spell suppress here. And then I think we can cap out. Maybe we would need a quartz flask. I'm not really 100% sure about it. And then we might drop the jade flask for it. Otherwise, I think we are very, very min-maxed right now. Yes, this is definitely not as good as a Molten Strike of Zenith, but the goal of this channel is also not to make the best builds, right? If it was just to show the best builds, I would just copy-paste Molten Strike of Zenith and pump 3 or 4 minerals into it, and we would have the best build on the server. Like, yeah, but then we would also have a build that is not unique and that everyone is playing. I like to see what I can get out of what I choose to play, usually. And yeah, this is what we came up with over the last couple of weeks, and I hope you enjoyed the journey so far. I think there will be 1 or 2 more updates, and also some other videos I wanna deliver, and a strategy upgrade on another strategy that I tested out. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the character upgrade. The POB will as always be in the description, and I think there will be some videos where I do Ubers, but the fragments are super expensive, so I can't really bother. But you can see the damage is pretty good, and we basically one-shot anything anyways. But yeah, it could be better. Like, there is definitely still better builds out there. Like, Molten Strike of Zenith is probably the best build this league in terms of damage and in terms of survivability, like pure strength stacking, but it's also not very exciting in my opinion. Alright, thank you guys for watching and for the support. If you hit the subscribe button, that would be highly appreciated. And see you in the next one. Bye!